Hey now, y'all. Welcome back to PMP after a long, extended, leisurely Memorial Day weekend. We are back. We are in one piece, more or less. We're pretty much intact. It's a Roby Tuesday. I've switched. Creative Tony, I say good morning to you, buddy. Look, I've transitioned to my summer robe. Summer robe makes me feel fine. Blowing through the jasmine in my mind, Tony. I got my summer robe on, and I want to say what up to Scarlet Fire, what up to Don Peralta, Stevie B, Patty from Napa, Aaron Cask, NorCal Refrigeration, Rags is in the house, Escobar the Third saying what's up, PMP Familia, and that's what this is. It's a family affair. Yes, I do have the Volume 4 shirt on today. Matt Goodeye. Got to represent Black Sabbath as often as possible. That's what I'm here to do. And Escobar the Third, it's a family affair. Shout out Slash Stone. It's a family affair. That's exactly what we're doing today, Creative Tony. I hope you had a great weekend. How's your head today, T? You got your Japanese robe on. You're looking sharp. How are you, my man?
Dude, look at the wings, man. Look at the freaking wings.
That's very Black Sabbath. That's very Ozzy with the tassels back in the 70s. Yeah.
Very Ozzy.
I love you all. I love all of you. Yeah. God bless you all. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, no, please, God, help me.
Little Black Sabbath to kick off your Tuesday, Tony. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
How do you, if you're starting your day off with some Sabbath, you're not going to lose the day, okay? But Paulie, we had a great.
It's going to be a win, is what that is. Yeah,
great weekend in Half Moon Bay. We had our Half Moon Bay Memorial Day baseball tournament for my son and his San Carlos Missions. We took home the chipper, bud. We won it, so it was fun. A lot of fun.
Congratulations, buddy! Congratulations to Coach Tony. And what was the name of your squad? The what? The Giants?
San Carlos Missions. That's what the M's for right here. The Missions. So yeah, it was fun. We had boys played really well and tipped the caps to the other teams in the tournament, and it was just a lot of fun because, dude, you're in Half Moon Bay, so you're not too far from home, but it still feels like you're on like a little vacation because you're near the coast. You're in a hotel. You're playing ball.
Oh, did you hoteled it up? That's always a big treat for the kids. They feel like they're on a real road trip. Yeah, they love that shit.
We were there Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 nights in Half Moon Bay. It was freaking great. Yeah.
By the way, shout out, but nobody ever wants to talk about this. This is like the seamy underbelly of like travel ball. Is this a travel ball league you're in? Is that what this is? Yeah. Okay, dude, travel ball. How about the cost attached to travel? Yeah, we got a tournament in New Mexico, and then right after that, we're going to be out in Utah, Salt Lake City for a quick. It's like, whoa. And then you got to just keep writing checks. You're staying in hotels, but the kids love it. So good for you, man. How'd your son do? How'd Big Dom do?
He did well. He played well. He smacked the ball and pitched a little bit and played some D. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. It was a good tournament, and everybody played well. A couple of come from behind wins to do it, to like couple of walk-off wins. Actually, the kids
played well. He hit the ball, says Coach Tony. I wish I could say the same for your guy Willie Adamas out here. Well, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna talk Giant baseball. We're gonna get everybody caught up on the conference finals. Also have our very first Metallica ticket giveaway. We have our first winner. That's in the books. Creative Tony's gonna share the winner with you in a couple of minutes. Also, first though, before we launch into our sponsor reads, I want to say what up to Carlos Los D VIP. Los D, a VIP. Come on, Los D, he's a VIP. Come on, Los D, he's a VIP. Come on, made that one up for you, Carlos. Carlos De La Fuente, welcome to the VIP club. You know, this is the week we will start to unfurl, unveil, unleash, if you will, new special content for VIP members only. So, and by the way, that's kind of how the Metallica contest is set up too. You got to be a VIP to qualify to win these tickets. And by the way, if you look at the price tag on these tickets, if you're buying them on the street, it's a freaking bargain. We're asking you for $5 a month. You can walk away with a pair of Metallica tickets, probably valued at about $1,000. So you're not doing too bad. Anyway, Carlos De La Fuente, man, he's a VIP. He's a great friend of ours. He is a proud sponsor of the PMP community and the Polymac Particle Show. Want to talk about flex funding and all the great services he's willing to provide you in our community to help you get into a better financial reality. First of all, you have questions. Of course you do. Talk to Carlos. He's a really easy guy to talk to. 925-250-4894. If you're the shy and reserved type, you can also shoot him an email and just bombard him with your questions at carlos@myflexnow.com. He has already helped out a variety of members from our community and helped them with loans, helped them with mortgages. Shout out Renelle Brooks Moon's mom. Carlos helped her with a reverse mortgage just a little bit in the past there. So again, when you're dealing with your finances, you're dealing with somebody else trying to advise you, You've got to have that trust. And that's one of the things about Carlos we wanted to establish right away. Yeah, he's a mortgage broker. Yes, he can help you with loans and your finance, but he is a guy that can also be trusted. And I am happy to speak on his behalf and Flex Funding and all the great stuff they do. One of the great things they do is they are partnered with a new lender, and they are specializing in HELOC loans. So if that's something you're talking about in your family, in your home right now, hey, we should look into a HELOC loan, a home equity line of credit. That's something Carlos specializes in. So reach out, Tony, talk to him today. And again, when you deal with Carlos, he's not going to strong arm you into any kind of decision you're not comfortable with. You will not be hit with appraisal or fees, no escrow or title fees, very fast closings, generally within 8 days. And he is a trustworthy dude. You know him. You see him every day on the show. Thanks for supporting the show, by the way, Carlos. We love you, brother. Hope you had a great weekend. And T, just your 2 cents on the man, the myth that is. Look at him right there. Ooh, nice Expos hat. Nice, Los. Very nice. So welcome aboard. Glad you're a VIP. Tony, floor is yours, my man.
Floor is yours. The floor is mine, really quick, Paulie. Just to let people know, not only was I in Half Moon Bay over the weekend for a baseball tournament, but I was also doing like some marketing for Los, because a couple people asked me about Los over the weekend. Nice. And I did not see that coming. But a couple people that listened, that watched the show, and they wanted to know that, God, he really sounds like a dude I'd want to like give a call and talk to and do some business with. I'm like, yes. I'm like, we're not just throwing out lines. We're being sincere. Get in touch with Los and have a conversation. And if it's not the right time, he'll tell you that. But if it is the right time, he will take care of you and build the relationship with you. It's all about relationships. Los has said that from day one, all about the relationships.
Yeah, and if I were you and I was reaching out to Carlos today, I would put a special request in and be like, hey, Carlos, I do want to do some business with you, but I have one caveat. I'm going to go ahead and demand that you wear that Expos hat every time we have a meeting together, because I want to look down the barrel of Gary Carter's old hat. So thank you, Carlos. Thank you, Flex Funding. We freaking love you guys. On to the next. That would be Dr. Matt Young, a great friend of mine for over a decade now. He's been handling all of my dental needs. No exaggeration when it comes to fillings, when it comes to any kind of procedure. Maybe you've got a cavity you need cleaned out. Maybe there's a root canal. Whatever the situation is, Matt Young is your guy, the one-stop shop for all your dental needs. Young Dental and the Young Dental Group right here in San Francisco, down in Union Square. Beautiful office, beautiful staff too. These people are really, really cool. From the time you walk into the front desk to all the folks in the back, all of his assistants and aides are just quality people. And they put you at ease. That's the one thing I keep trying to stress with Matt Young, Dr. Matt Young, is that this is not like an uptight, faceless, nameless guy, girl that doesn't care about you. And it's just like, yeah, get out of my chair. Here's your bill. Don't forget to pay me. It's not like that with Dr. Young. He's super cool. He's a really easy guy to talk to. And he's a lot like Carlos. He won't do anything you don't want him to do. So if you're not comfortable with something, tell him about it, and he'll find an alternate route to get you into a better place with your teeth, with your dental needs. info@youngdentalsf.com. You can shoot him an email anytime, try to set up an appointment, or just ask him a question. You can call him as well, 415-392-8611. Creative Tony loves the fact, as a busy little league dad that he is, and a travel ball dad, that he offers you those Saturday office hours. That's huge. Saturdays, he's open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., as you can see there. But if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever, you don't have the visuals, he is open weekdays, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And again, comprehensive dental care. Creative Tony, grab a pen, jot this down. Cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, emergency care. It's all right down there at Dr. Matt Young's office, Tony. Great place to go take care of all of your dental needs.
By the way, if Rags wants to work for us for nothing and give us more marketing slogans like he just did in the chat, where he says, Los D will score you cash, then you can go get your mouth fixed with Dr. Young. See how see how Rags just put the two together. But also, I want to talk about two things with Dr. Young real quick.
Sure.
First thing is, my daughter lost her tooth over the weekend. I wonder if Dr. Right, and my kids are the tooth fairy. Is it
upper or lower, T?
This one was lower. But it happened over the weekend.
Natural causes, or did you have to help pull it out?
Natural causes, thank God. I can't do the
I know thing. It's the worst, bro. I hate that. When you got like a straggler that won't come out, but it's wobbling. I know. It's rough. It's a rough situation.
Mad respect for Dr. Young, but I wonder if he has to tell this talk about the tooth fairy at Young Dental Group, right? Because it's like my kids are wondering about the same thing, and they're wondering, we're in Half Moon Bay, is the tooth fairy going to come? And And also the whole thing is, is the tooth fairy real has come up a lot.
Tooth fairy real. I can promise you that. I've had my own experiences, but go ahead.
So Dr. Young, thank you for keeping the tooth fairy real, number one. And secondary, thank you for being open on Saturdays, because for me and many other people, being open on Saturdays is a huge, huge bonus. And also, it's like Chevy Chase in Vacation, where he says, this is a quest for fun. Make the dentist a quest for fun. And Dr. Young will make it fun. He'll make it enjoyable. Might be like a push, but the interaction with Dr. Young will be enjoyable. Okay, so that's why we recommend him. And give him a call, 415-392-8611, or email to get more information at info@youngdentalsf.com.
And thank you, Dr. Young. We're so proud to have you on board as a sponsor and a great friend. So thanks again for supporting the PMP community. All right, Creative Tony. Now, the matters at hand, since we dismissed the last class, we have a lot to get to today in a short amount of time. In fact, right after the show today, I got to bounce into the city. I got to meet up with my main man, Don Peralta. He and I are attending a very a prestigious event, if I may. It's a daytime affair. It's the 60th anniversary of legendary restaurant in Fisherman's Wharf, Skoma's. We've all been there at one time or another. Some of us have been there many times over the years. And Dom has family ties to some of the people at Skoma's. So Dom and I are going to run into the city afterwards, have a bite, have a drink, shake everybody's hand, and help them celebrate the 60th anniversary too. God, how many institutions in San Francisco can survive 60 years? Talk about an accomplishment, brother. I mean, that's like, you talk about being on the map, being an integral part of the community. Skoma's has definitely achieved that. So anyway, we're going to do that after the show today. But for now, Tony, we got Metallica ticket winners. We got NBA conference finals. We got San Francisco Giant baseball. Another game coming up today, Logan Webb in Detroit, 3:40 first pitch. Didn't work out yesterday. They lost 3-1. Very sleepy with the bats. And we've also got bookmarks. We've got Tony's top three. I'm going to let you spin the wheel, T, and kind of direct traffic today. Wherever you want to start, I'm all yours. I'm at your service.
I want to get right into the hoops, dude, because, first of all, did you want to do a Cyndi Lauper song for flopping, or would you want to do a Poison song for flopping? Because you could do Unskinny Flop, 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 or you could do Cyndi Lauper's B Flop, right? Remember you say Bebop, She Bop? Remember the She Bop?
Let me tell you something about She Bop right now, dude. Yeah. She Bop. If you put some heavy guitars to that riff could be turned into something extremely heavy, because the lick in the song was like, I always used to say that, man, somebody needs to plug in a Les Paul, turn that thing up to 10 and distort it, and then we can really start talking She Bop. But now you know what the song She Bop is about.
No.
Ooh,
I've never analyzed. I've never taken the time to analyze.
Gonna maybe put a different spin on your entire day now. She Bop is an ode to I don't know, what, self-manipulation. Every now and again you got to hand it to yourself, stuff like that. So
gotcha.
She's singing right there. She's singing about the glories of that. And what did you say? Unskinny flap, flap, flap. Well, dude, that's the big talking point today. That SGA, I mean, lighten it up with 40 points and 10 assists and all that. But at the same time, dude, I have a hard time watching SGA, Tony, because of the flopping, because of the foul baiting. I just don't find it like an entertaining brand of ball. And meanwhile, on the other side of that coin, how about your guy? How about Creative Tony's guy, Anthony Edwards, the guy he keeps talking about as the new face of the league? Creative Tony's like, oh, wait, no, I'm just breaking your balls. Yeah. Anthony Edwards, bro, you're awfully quiet out there, Holmes. You're awfully quiet. 16 points in a really must-win situation on his own floor. Again, as I've been saying with this kid, man, I just think he needs to grow up a little more. Like, he's got to, focus his energies on killing the opponent. And I don't see it. I just don't see it. So Anthony Edwards with a very quiet 16, didn't get his first shot attempt up until I think a minute left in the first quarter. Again, in a must-win situation, that is not going to cut it. So right now, OKC in a commanding 3-1 lead. They're going back to Oklahoma City. I don't see how Minnesota survives that game, T. Where are you at with this whole thing?
No, I don't think so either, dude. And Edwards was 5 of 13. And also Randall went missing when they needed him most, which was interesting. He only had 7.
He was really quiet, non-factor, man. But that's the thing. That's what separates the greats from guys that are just good, solid NBA players. And if Anthony Edwards wants to be considered as one of the greats, which I think a lot of people are pointing to him as being like, that's the guy. That's going to be the guy who elevates above the rest and becomes a new face of the league. Not yet. Not yet, man. He's got to show up in these games, in these big, big games, and he hasn't been able to do that yet. But you're right about Randall. He was quiet as a church mouse.
Dude, Teddy Pendergrass did not show up, buddy. And I was expecting him because he's been playing his ass off. I think he's been playing the best basketball on that team. But when you don't have Randall or Ant-Man show up, you're doomed. You're doomed. It's like having Curry and Butler not show up. And imagine if Minnesota had to play a series without one of those two, the way the Warriors had to play without Curry. They'd be toast. So I think OKC finishes them off. It is disgusting, but it's also your Brunson is flopping too. And we show you video of Randall flopping. It's just a thing across the NBA. It's not just Alexander. It's not SGA only. It's all over the place. And it's becoming like how it's a phenomenon in soccer. It's becoming a phenomenon in basketball, and it's starting to ruin the game, in my opinion. And then also this freaking symbol, dude. This freaking symbol. Like those are the two things that are starting to ruin and the NBA for me. In the Knicks, I saw this stat in the Knicks Pacers game over the weekend. 52 fouls called in 48 minutes, dude. 52 fouls called. I mean, it was like, Jesus, dude. What are we doing? I mean, think about all that stoppage in 48 minutes, and then the replays, and then it's this, and then it's I don't know, man. Today's game they got to make some changes, I think, in the off season. I don't know what they like. Do you review a flop? Like, can you review a flop? Like,
I think they should start to consider it. In fact, I put an SGA flop into the bookmarks today, Tony. We can all take a look at, and you will see. There's one instance where Ant Edwards was D'ing up SGA, and basically SGA bodies him a little bit, and then basically flings himself backwards onto the floor. Tweet, that's a foul. Really? And I agree with you, dude.
Can you do your whistle again? Can I hear your whistle again?
I don't even know what I did. What did I do?
You said tweet.
Yeah, tweet, that's a foul. How'd that go? All right. I mean, I can give you something else. I can give you the air horn, but I don't have a whistle command at my disposal. Tony, give me your best ref whistle.
Oh my God, I don't have one. I'll give you the air horn as well, dude.
While we're sorting that out, give me the aspiring botanist. This kid, I love this guy. What's up, Hunter? I know who you are, brother. He's a guy from my neighborhood up here. And he's saying, let's go Knicks. I'm with you, man. Always been my number 2 team since Sprewell went there. Sprewell actually went to the finals with them in, what was it, 99 or 2000 when they lost to the Spurs. But anyway, I'm with you, botanist. I'm rooting for the Knicks too. And thank you for the donation today. I'm glad you're a VIP, dude. Get your name in the mix for these Metallica tickets. We're going to do another giveaway on Friday. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, there seems to be like a Nick kind of surge going through the community right now. Like a lot of people are attaching themselves to the Knicks. Got to tell you something else, Tony. We talk about this brand of basketball that we're watching now that you find objectionable, I find objectionable. Like you just didn't see Isaiah Thomas fling himself to the floor, faking a foul. You didn't see Michael Jordan flopping on the floor. You never saw Magic Johnson or Larry Bird or Patrick Ewing or any of those guys, Chris Mullin. They just played the freaking game. Hardaway, right? The Run TMC area. Ever see any of those guys flop? I never did, ever. In fact, you don't really even see it that much on the Golden State Warriors. Thank God they just play the game. And maybe that's bitten Steph on the ass because he never gets any calls, and they foul the shit out of Steph on a nightly basis. So maybe
it's kind of like It's kind of like artists on stage use auto tune for their vocals. It's like just give me your actual voice. The same way I want to say to SGA, give me your actual skills.
I'd like to go ahead and submit that if you can't go on stage as a musician and properly sing. Maybe you shouldn't be up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you should be out in the crowd. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't go on stage if you don't know how to sing or perform and you need like computer assistance. I hate that shit. I really do.
Exactly, dude. And if you can't play the game without doing that crap, like if that has to be part of your game, it just ruins the game. And I hate that refs fall for it. That's why I think you need to, seriously, I think you need to go get him.
Stevie B, man. I love this guy, Stevie B. And by the way, Stevie B, I know you're a big Knick fan too. He says, hey, speaking about guys that can't get on stage and perform without computer assistance, Stevie B, Vince Neil has entered the chat. Oh, poor Vince. I'll tell you the truth, man. Vince Neil has never been a great singer, technically, but back in the day when he was lean and mean, like in the 80s, dude, he could pull it off okay. I saw Motley a whole bunch of times. I saw him on consecutive tours, Theater of Pain, Girls, 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 and Dr. Feelgood. And I can tell you right now, they were a kick-ass, tight, hard rock band back then. Poor Vince now, though. You see him come out, dude, he's waddling around. He weighs 3 bills. Yeah. He's like doing like every other line. He's a wolf in the night. He's like he can't really sing the parts. He just gives a couple of words from each line. You feel me on that, T?
He doesn't give you the full lyric, and then he's like panting and heavily breathing on stage. And I remember you and I saw them together. God, that was a long time ago.
That was a pretty good show, though. They were still kind of kicking ass at that point. That was in like 07 when they first reformed. That was me, you, and Winks out in at the Oakland Arena. That was killer. That was a good show.
Yeah. Dude, by the way, Dan Ogden, welcome to the show, dude. Great minds think alike. Dan, I literally just said that like 2 minutes ago. You must have just joined the show about 52 fouls in 48 minutes. Nice work, Dan Ogden. Dan Ogden's producer for Tom Tolbert, by the way. Great job he's doing over there with Tolbert and the Bay Area Sports Collective. But, dude, that show we saw with Vince Neil, he was like panting. And I was worried about his well-being on stage, to be honest with you. And then, but at least Tommy Lee gives a nice drum break where he like was drumming upside down and all that stuff. You know, it's like that was pretty wild. But
hey, I want to shout out Michael Kroll. Is that my brother-in-law, Michael Kroll, husband of my sister Christine? It very well might be. My brother-in-law's named Michael Kroll. What's up, Michael? If that is you, Vince Meal. Creative Tony, Vince Meal, Meal, Meal. You ain't kidding. You know what I want to do? I want to do this so badly. And part of me wants to pay respects to Vince Neil and tip my cap. And I'll tell you what, this guy gigs relentlessly. Like when Motley's not touring or doing anything, dude, you can find Vince Neil with his own band at any given casino, state fair, pub. This guy plays all the time. And Creative Tony, I am on a mission. Me and you, we need to throw on our best heavy metal gear and we need to go see a Vince Neil solo show. We really do.
I want to see Vince Neil's solo show, and I want to see Stephen Pearcy now that he's back. Stephen Pearcy from Rat, now that he's back on stage. I want to see both of them. And Paulie, I gotta give, like you said, tip of the cap to Vince Neil, because he could have a vocal track running behind him when he's on stage, but he doesn't. And he could do auto-tune, but I don't think he does. He might have a little reverb, but there's no auto-tune. And that's why I'm saying my comparison of musicians using auto-tune and athletes flopping. It's like, just go with the skills that got you to that stage, or the skills that got you to the NBA. You don't need to flop like that, man. It pisses me off. What is this, Escobar?
I'm laughing at Escobar. I love Escobar. Yeah. First of all, maybe the greatest photo attached to any name for any of our. I mean, look at my guy. Look at him with the guns. He's got the freaking vest on, the breather, like Bane and Batman. I don't know what's going on with Escobar the Third, bro. But let me tell you, I am a fan. I am an unabashed fan of Escobar the Third. Okay, so here's his take. Knicks fans are the Cowboys fan of the NBA. Always talking mad S and coming up short. F them. I feel you. But I have a different take on the Knicks, Escobar. Allow me to lay it on you. It is this.
Well, allow me to retort.
Totally. Yeah. Do you mind if I wash this down with some of that tasty beverage? By the way, that scene was so convincing. The first time I saw Pulp Fiction and I saw Sam Jackson do the burger and then he was eating the thing. And by the way, another take I've been dying to get off my chest for years. I think I said this on KBR about a decade ago, but I'm going to revive this. If you watch that scene in Pulp Fiction where Travolta and Sam Jackson go, the whole Ezekiel 25, where he goes through the whole speech and everything, and then he winds up shooting the kid in the chair, and he goes, yo, flock of seagulls, keep chilling. The guy lying on the couch.
Oh, yeah.
The guy sitting in the chair where Sam Jackson sticks a gun in his face, he goes, say what again? Say what again? I'll double dare you. That whole thing. That guy, to me, in my mind, looks just like Bob Fitzgerald. Take time to digest it. Let it sink in. You feel me? Do you see the fits? Do you see it?
Isn't that Brad? Check out the big brain on Brad, or Brett. It's Brett or
Brad. There's a whole other controversy there. He says both in the scene. We've explored it. Brett and Brad, which is right? We don't know. We don't really know. But let's stay on point. Do you see the Bob Fitzgerald similarity there, T? The kid.
I do. I do. Does Brad or Brett say yes?
I hope so. And by the way, what does Fitz do in the off season? Like, where's Fitz right now? What's he doing?
He's like Tim Ryan. He kind of goes undercover and just plays golf for like 3 months.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to hold it against Fitz. He works his ass off and he travels that whole NBA schedule. And by the way, shout out to, we've been talking music and auto-tune and basketball. We should shout out Bottle Rock over the weekend. I know a lot of our audience members were up at Bottle Rock hanging out. And I saw lots of coverage of Steph and Aisha. They were up there having a good time. Tony, did you see Steph with the cowboy hat on up at Bottle Rock?
Yeah. I did. That was cool, man. I love it. Steph's the freaking man, dude. I just love him so much.
I think that like the NBA playoff landscape it's just like everybody loses when Steph Curry's not involved because of what you just said. Like we're looking at this kind of, we're looking at this landscape now of what's left. And back to your point, Escobar, I never got to my Knicks take. I wanted to say this about the Knicks. I feel like if the Knicks somehow want to find a way to win this series, which I think is going to be a tall order, I think Indiana is pretty damn good. And it's an interesting kind of contrast in styles, the way the Knicks play like a set offense, kind of a slower game. And the Pacers have this athleticism. They got sharpshooters. They can really move without the ball. I think that if the Knicks make it to the NBA Finals, that's very good for the NBA because you got the biggest market in the country. But, Tony, honestly, let's be honest for a second. I think the ratings might be historically low if this thing winds up being like OKC versus Indiana. I just don't think the appetite is there. I'm just being totally honest.
Again, I agree with you, although I'm locked in. I'm enjoying all of this, and it's because I'm rooting for OKC and I'm rooting for the Knicks, and then I want to see a Knicks OKC. I'll probably be one of the minority watching because I'm actually enjoying it, and I'm enjoying watching Minnesota lose. I'm enjoying watching Father Finch just be an angry mess on the
Listen, they're getting theirs right now, man. They're playing against a better, younger. They're just a better team. OKC, they might be the best team in the entire NBA right now, but there's something about OKC, Tony. They don't move me in any way. And I think a lot of it, and what's funny is my guy Danny Ogden was on Twitter last night, and I actually responded to one of his tweets because he was like, he said, I'll paraphrase, but Danny Ogden said, it's really hard to watch OKC and kind of get excited about SGA because of the amount of flouting and foul baiting he does, bro. I said, I totally agree with that assessment. And it's like, yes, to your point, Tony, I am into it. I'm watching all the games. I'll be right there tonight when the Knicks game starts. But I'm not enjoying it as much, at least in the West, because of the way SGA plays. I just don't find it an appealing brand of ball. And I'm really disappointed with Anthony Edwards, point blank. I'm just saying it, dude. If you want to be the guy, you want to be considered a true superstar, you got to play well and you got to play big in the big games. And he's not doing that. He's kind of a no-show.
Again, maybe he's learning his lesson that, hey, you don't do victory laps around Staples Center after winning round one. Okay.
See what I'm saying, dude? Victory.
Here, Paulie,
what did you win? What did you win? You beat the Lakers. Yeah, you're taking a lap.
Paulie,
yeah.
This guy doesn't do victory laps around any venue after he wins a series. Okay. Like, this is from Dom Peralta. Dom sent us some photos from Bottle Rock. Look at this. Look at this guy.
I see him. He's the envy. I mean, he's the envy of all of us, man. I mean, the cowboy hat, the glass. What do you think he's drinking right there? Some whiskey, some scotch? What's he got?
It almost looks like a Long Island iced tea, but I know Steph wouldn't dive that deep. I don't think Steph would dive.
By the way,
deep.
Tony, Steph Curry, is he reverse aging, or he looks like he's like 19 years old in this picture? How is he doing this?
I don't know. It's the hat. It's the I don't know. It's incredible, man.
Oh, dude! Shout out to the guy in the back with the old school Niners hat, bro. I used to have one of those, dude. I don't know who that guy is, but props to you, my man. I love the old 49er cursive hat. You remember those, T?
Yes, of course, man. That's an old school hat, man. I'm gonna peruse Dom's photos for a sec here. Oh, there's Dom putting some PMP stickers up.
Way to represent, Big D. Way to represent. I love it. Yeah.
Look at this. I think that is Public Enemy. There's Chuck D and Flavor Flav on stage. Flavor Flav on stage right there from Bottle Rock. And there's a couple others. Look at that. That's Billy Joe from Green Day. There's more Green Day. Look at Flavor Flav, man. Come on. Flavor Flav is like mid 60s, right? Or in his 60s,
he
right?
Is. Yeah. So is Chuck. Yeah. So is Chuck. Both of them. Yeah.
Freaking love it. So Dom, thanks for the pictures, man. And I hope everybody who was at Bottle Rock had a great time. Was George Kittle up there? I thought
he was. Kittle was up there. Juszczyk was up there, and I'm not sure they were involved in maybe like was it tequila tasting or something? But they were, because there's a lot of it's kind of a foodie event too. There's like a lot of food and wine and drink and all that kind of stuff. So that's as big a part of the attraction, I think, for some people as the music is. Believe it or not.
Totally, dude. And Pib Ford, welcome to the program. Pib Ford joining the program. Hey, Pib, become a PMP VIP down in the bottom corner. Just join us, $5 a month. Get in there, buddy. We're going to do extra content. But also, Paulie, I wonder now that since Kittle and Juszczyk have gotten Cosmic at Dead & Company at the Sphere, I wonder if they're going to become like go on. I wonder if they're going to like go to become festival heads and tour heads, where Shanahan's going to be like calling these guys saying, guys, I need you to come back in OTAs. OTAs are starting this week for the Niners.
I love when you got these kind of situations. And by the way, don't leave out Nick Bosa too, because Nick Bosa was getting Cosmic, taking pictures with Bob Weir a couple of weeks ago at the Sphere. Hey, Nick, let me tell you something about your 3-point stance, y'all. And by the way, these are not the first batch of guys, because generally speaking, attachment to the Grateful Dead in professional sports equates championships. Shout out Bill Walton, rest in peace. My good friend Bill Walton. I mean, he honed that thing to perfection. But don't forget that Bosa, Juszczyk, Kittle, and I think there was one more, Tony. I forget who it was, but I think there was another Niner in the mix. I'm forgetting who it might have been.
Juszczyk, Kittle. Yes, there was. There was a tight end, the Cal Bear tight end. I'm blinking on his name right now, and there was a fifth.
Funny conversation I had with Jake Peavy, true story, in 2015 when and I'm glad they did this now, because Phil Les passed away, and I think if Phil was still alive, he would have been part of this 60th anniversary thing that's coming up in Golden Gate Park, where they're going to do the 3 shows. I'm sure Phil would have been there. I'm hearing rumors Billy is going to be there, so it's like a Grateful Dead kind of reunion thing. But when they did that in 2015. I was talking to Peavy in the clubhouse one day, because I know he's a Deadhead, and I'm like, yo, Jake, I go, what are we doing for Levi Stadium? Because they did those 2 shows, and he was like speaking in hushed tones, and he was like, man, I can't. He's like, I can't tell Boch about that yet, but I'm hoping to get down there for the second night. So he was like trying to sneak down to answer your question. So it can be done. It can be done. And I've also seen Chris Mullen at Dead & Company shows. I've seen Mully on the side of the stage watching. He goes back. Mullen goes back with the Grateful Dead, believe it or not. So there's a few of them. There's a few of these pro athlete types in the Bay that are starting to dabble their toes into the scene. Yeah.
Couple things. First of all, it was McCaffrey who was the other person with them.
Thank you.
It was McCaffrey. Also, I'm going to show Patty's super, but I have a great story about Jake Peavy that I'd love to share. If you'll allow me, Paul.
Peavy rules. I'll talk Peavy all day, man. I love Peavy. Love the guy.
So there's Patty from Napa. Thank you, Patty, for the super. Kittle was making pierogies. Okay. Also, you should show the pics of Dom in the Steve Perry car. Oh, I'll find those, Patty. Yes, Dom got to sit in the Steve Perry convertible Mercedes over the weekend too, which is great.
Yeah, and by the way, that's the car he wrote "Who's Crying Now" in. But that's just part of history. And now Patty drives around in that car. I'm extremely jealous, Dom. I hope that felt good sitting in that car. And no, Patty, I know the invite is there. I got to make it up there at some point, and I will, because I just want to drive it around your driveway. I'm not looking to take it out and go cruising around, but I just want to sit there and get a little piece of that Steve Perry magic. T, go ahead.
I was just going to say that Jake Peavy, I love him from the moment this happened. Paulie, I've became friends with Kevin Euclid over the years through my wife, and he has become a master brewer down in Los Gatos, but he's also moving all of his brewing facilities.
Good question, Tony. What's the difference between being a brewer and a master brewer? Go ahead.
That I think you lead the charge, and you make the recipes. You make the recipes, right? Okay,
good. That's fine. I'll take that. Yes.
Oh, look at Pib Ford, a super sticker. Yeah, dude. Thank you. But look at that logo, dude.
Pib Ford. Let me tell you something about Pib Ford. This is a new name we haven't seen before, but this kid was out here dropping Edmonton Oiler knowledge. Let me tell you what, Pib Ford. I stand with the old Edmonton Oilers. Your Gretzkys, your Coffees, your Messiers, all those guys, man. They won, I believe they won 4 consecutive Stanley Cups after the Islanders did it. They kind of handed the baton to the Edmonton Oilers. And I'll tell you another thing. I stand with Wayne Gretzky. You can have all the Ovechkin you want. You can jump up and down and go crazy. I'm standing with Wayne Gretzky, the great one. I saw him play in person, and I'm not going to forget it. So I feel you, Pib Ford. And I'm going to say, I think you're the first Edmonton Oiler fan to come on into our community. And bro, let me tell you what, you're welcome. You're welcome to be here. Thank you for being a super as well. Yeah. But T, go ahead, brother.
he says Oilers are going to win the cup, so let's go Oilers.
I hope they do. And by the way, did I leave out Grant Fuhrer? I want to throw him in the mix too. And I'm talking about my great Edmonton Oilers: Paul Coffey, Mark Messier, Wayne Gretzky, obviously, and Grant Fuhrer. That was the guy in between the pipes. He was a great goalie. Tony, go ahead. My bad.
Dude, I love the logo, man. That's
me too.
Logo.
Yeah, it's
Put
nice.
it on a hat and just strut around, Pip. Just strut around with that logo on a hat.
Yeah. Or maybe like a crest on a robe. You know what I mean? Like a PB on a robe. Yeah, a nice crest. Yeah,
it's nice that you mentioned that on here on a Roby Tuesday, Paulie. Before we get to Tony's top three, I was gonna tell the story real quick because Kevin Euclid and I were at his brother's restaurant in San Francisco called Maverick, and he goes, "Hey, my friend Jake's in town." This is when PB was still with the Red Sox, and he goes, "My friend Jake's in town," and I go, "PB?" And he goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "He's at the St. Francis Hotel." Staying at the hotel. You want to go down and say hello to him? And I was with Buckethead Mark.
Where's that? Is that New Montgomery? Where's
no, in Union Square, in St. Francis Hotel, right there in Union Square. You know what the glass elevators on the outside that go up and down? You know?
Yes, I do actually. Yeah.
So the Westin St. Francis is what they call it now, but back in the day, just the St. Francis. Anyways, and Buckethead Mark was with us as well. Remember, Buckethead Mark is my dear friend.
How could I forget? Anybody named Buckethead Mark is not easy to forget. I not only do I remember him, I salute him. Yeah.
Well, Mark is more of a musician than a pro sports guy, but he knows who PV is. Anyways, Kevin goes, "Hey, let's go down to the hotel and hang out with them." I'll go, "Okay," with Jake, and we're going, "Okay." So I'm thinking we're just going to meet Jake PV at the hotel bar and have a drink or whatever. Turns out. We go up to the actually we had to take 2 Ubers because we had 4 people because Kevin's brother came too. So we took 2 cars, whatever. So Kevin went first with his brother, and he says, "Hey, just meet us up, at the St. Francisco." Okay. Turns out we text Kevin, "Oh, we're up in this room." So we go up to this room number. Dude, turns out PV has a corner suite. In one of the floors of the St. Francis.
Yeah, I think you told me about this. Yeah. Right.
It was like going back in time and walking in on like a John Lennon jam circle. Yeah. Everybody's sitting on the floor. There's no furniture.
Peevy's a hippie, man. Don't let that guy's got hippie blood running through his veins, man.
Dude, full buffet in the back of the room, coolers full of beer and bottles of whatever you want, and then joints just flying around the room. Guitars everywhere. PV on one of them. I forget the other pitcher for the Red Sox at the time, but dude,
I think I know who it was. Was it Bronson Arroyo?
Yes, I think it was Bronson Arroyo.
Plays. I'm pretty sure he plays. Yeah.
Yes, and dude, Jay's, and then dude, Buckethead Mark has a wedding ring on his finger, and he starts becoming the percussionist. Slamming his wedding ring on the light post, and then I start becoming percussion on the table. Next thing you know, we're having this full-on jam, and I'm looking at this like, I just thought we were gonna have a drink with PV in the bar, dude.
Sometimes S jumps off like that, dude. And I did a gig with PV when the hell was this? It was last year. It was down at the old Ruby Sky. I forget the name of the new place, but PV came to town, and I sat in with him. There's that gig where Jackie Green was there playing too. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
And PV, I love PV. By the way, I've got some breaking news at the PMP Sports Desk, and I hate to report this, but this is like a moment of innocence lost. Yeah, give me an update, an explosion.
Hold on a sec.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Can I get another explosion? A PMP Sports update. Yeah. Start cutting edge production.
Yeah, no, hold on. I'm going to play the sounder, then give me that announcer PMP.
You got it. It's time for a PMP breaking news sports update from the PMP Sports Desk, which is the same desk I'm sitting at. So anyway, here we go. This is like innocence lost. Rags, you're going to feel me loud and clear on this one. I know you're out there somewhere. So in 1984, right? I'm sitting there, I'm watching the Summer Olympics like anybody. We're all watching. In fact, that was was it the last time or second to last time before when we had men's basketball winning gold medals still with all the college players. Bobby Knight was coaching that team, Michael Jordan, Chris Mullin, and they could still beat anybody in the world back then. And they did. But that Summer Olympics at the Los Angeles Coliseum, I think we all kind of fell in love a little bit with Mary Lou Retton. I had a big crush on Mary Lou Retton. Bro, she just got popped for a DUI. Okay. Innocence lost. I feel like now part of my youthful innocence has been ripped out They got her down in West Virginia. She was under the influence. Let's see. She was in a Porsche driving erratically. I'm just giving you the highlights here. 57 years old. She refused a breathalyzer. You know what she should have done? Just start doing handsprings and stuff like that right there, like for a sobriety test. Be like, no, I'm not drunk. Watch this. Just start doing handsprings and splits and all that. I'm kidding, of course. She had to pay. She was released from custody, and she refused the blood test. $1,500 bail. She's out. She's among the free again. But anyway, it's kind of sad to see that. Mary Lou Retton, my childhood crush in the '84 Summer Olympics.
I love that of all the things that could possibly be happening in the sports world today, that is the breaking news today from the PMP Sports Desk. That's phenomenal.
Well, and again, it's not only just a sports story, Tony. It's a tale of innocence lost. Okay,
it is. Oh, 100%. 100%.
Did you? I'm just being. We've never even rapped about this ever, and I've known Tony a long time, but I don't think we've ever rapped '84 Summer Olympics. Do you remember Mary Lou Retton? Did you have a crush on Mary Lou? We all had a crush on Mary Lou.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who's not down with Retton? You know, but like, I felt like Retton, right? Yeah. It's like
Tony Rags is shouting out the great glutes. I mean, that's what are you going to do? Those words.
You cannot be a gymnast without great glutes. It's just a fact of the matter. You need them. You need them on the pommel horse, Paulie. So I'm just saying, right? So
pommel horse, bro. Pommel horse.
Yes, I remember Retton on a Wheaties box years ago, and I was like, "Damn, dude, this is incredible!" And my sisters were big fans too because female athlete just crushing it. That's a bummer, but hopefully, Paulie, as I tell the kids that I coach, hopefully she learns and grows from this. Paulie.
Yeah, come on, Mary Lou. We need you. I need you to set that shining example of all things pure and all things goodness. Yes, Tony.
Hey, Mary, leave the Porsche parked and just call an Uber. It's really simple.
I've never understood it myself. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm kind of wasted. Let me get an Uber. Let me get a cab. It's easy. Just get yourself home in one piece. You go pick up the car the next day. I've done it. You just leave the car where it is. Sometimes you have to. All right, Creative Tony, we're going into the kind of the back end stretch of the show. We got still a whole bunch of stuff to get to. We haven't talked Giants at all. And by the way, any feeling on the Nick Pacer game tonight? Who do you like?
Hold on, Paulie. Sorry, man.
All this talking about pommel horses. Now you got a Charlie horse. See what happens? That's a universe kicking you in the ass. What happened? You got a cramp?
I just banged my shin on the table, and just truth be told, I took what Kruko calls a shin burger over the weekend because in coaching this baseball tournament, when I get my pitchers warm, I firmly believe that they should, before they finish their warm up, they should face a batter. They should face somebody in the box. So they just, they're getting used to the look instead of just throwing just to a catcher without a batter in the box.
Go ahead.
So I go to my pitcher who throws hard. I'm like, hey, I'll stand in and we'll do an at bat and I'll call balls and strikes. And
you got drilled?
I got drilled in the shin.
Could you not get out of the way? Did you try to get out of the way?
Because he throws hard and I couldn't get out of the way. I tried to get out of the way and it just goes boom right in the shin. And I tell the other coach, my coach, Keenan, shout out Keenan Hurd, who's a firefighter in Woodside. I go, Keenan, dude, I just took one in the shin. He goes, oh, dude, no meat there. And he's right, because it was just flat out, pretty much
just bone. Yeah.
So, and I just bumped that right now. So I apologize, man. It just threw me off my game for a second. So you
anyway, back to real life here, Tony. Yeah. Rub it out and keep playing. Knicks Pacers tonight. Your thoughts. Go. Who wins this week?
I'm wearing my Knicks, I'm wearing my Fish Madison Square Garden t-shirt with Knicks colors, and there's a basketball man who's like upside down, diving into, I don't know, the abyss, or diving into the goodness that becomes Madison Square Garden Fish. So I'm trying to create the vibe. I'm all, wouldn't you love to see the Knicks even this up?
Yeah.
And put all the pressure on Indiana, man. I mean, because Indiana's feeling the pressure, and I think it's definitely possible. But Brunson, why don't you cut the crap with the flopping too, dude? Because he was pulling some crap too. It's like, hey, everybody, I swear to God, Adam Silver, because you listen to our show, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Adam, by the way, become a PMP VIP.
Yeah, VIP, don't you want those Metallica tickets, Adam Silver? Come on, man. Me and you down at Levi's Stadium in a couple of weeks. I want to see it happen.
Dude, come on. We'll take great care of you, Adam. But since you're listening, dude, how about let's make flops reviewable? Let's make coaches able to review them, and maybe refs get, I don't know if they get fined or if they get like a check mark every time they fall for a flop, right? Like they get some kind of reprimand, they get some kind of grading system where I don't know. They don't get they're not eligible to coach the play or ref the playoffs. Something needs to happen, because it's not working. Flops are being called left and right, and refs are falling for them, which sucks.
I thought before that series started, I said I think that thing is going to go 7 games. I think Knicks Pacers go 7. I still believe that. Well, if the Knicks win tonight, even if they don't win tonight, the Knicks strike me as one of these teams that actually plays better basketball when they're trailing. They clearly don't know how to protect the lead. We saw them totally collapse in game 1. They had that huge lead, and they gave the game away in overtime. Game 2, the Pacers just flat out kicked their ass, I would say. And then game 3, the Knicks kind of get back to being the Knicks. They're down by 20. But again, it's almost like that's when they start playing their best basketball. They don't do it to Boston twice. In Boston, they were down by 20, and then they came back and won. So I like the Knicks tonight. I like OKC tomorrow to wrap that thing up. And by the way, we will get back to our night flights. Tomorrow night, we'll do an 8 o'clock show. And I think that should work out pretty well, T, because the OKC game, I think, starts at 5:30. So we should be able to get that whole game in the books and then open the mics and get on the air. And once the VIP thing is ready to launch, which I think is going to be later this week, Tony and I will start offering all kinds of weird stuff for our VIPs. We can do some post-game Giant reports if you want, just stuff like that for the VIPs to give you a little bonus content if that's what you're looking for. Now, Tony, before we get into the bookmarks and your top 3 and the Metallica winner, our first Metallica winner, do you have any comments? I know like a lot of people are getting sick of Giants baseball. Real quick, Adames, Patrick Bailey, Lamont Wade. It's like it's a black hole, man. There's no productivity coming from these guys. And I love Bailey, dude. I really do. I love Patrick Bailey. But the fact that he can't hit this year is becoming a thing. Same goes with Adames, and same goes with Lamont Wade. Tony, where are you with all this?
I'm bummed out about all 3 of them. But the expectations for Bailey offensively are low. So of course I don't want to see him as low as he's hitting. He's under 200, but he's so good defensively. And then Lamont Wade, my expectations are low for him too. That's why I wanted them to get another bat to play first base. And I know they got this kid Eldridge, but he's too early.
Well, it's not like Pete Alonso was available during the offseason. I mean, they just didn't even, I don't even know if they ever even had a conversation with him. You want some Poppy who's sitting right there, disgruntled, saying, I'm not happy as a Met. Get me out of here. Nobody did nothing. He's still a Met. And that's the guy I wanted. But go ahead, T.
And also, let's not let Chapman slide either. He's only batting 218,
right?
And he's 2 for his last 10. I looked it up in the last 4 games, so it's like he got a couple of knocks. But we're paying, or not we, but well, technically we are. Chapman and Adames a ton of dough, and we're getting 218 and 205 as we approach June, dude.
Right?
Like that can't happen, man. And so I don't know what the remedy is, because baseball, you would have to.
Have you seen enough Lamont Wade? Have you seen enough, or do you think there's still something in there?
I mean, I've seen little shades of goodness, but it's just he's under 200.
They need a first baseman with some pop. That's it. Period. End of story. They need a first baseman who can hit. They really do.
Right, and he's batting what is he hitting? He's batting $160, 161. Yeah. So, and he has like 100 over 130 at bats. Like it's I don't know. Try something else. Put Wilmer there. I don't know. I mean,
as we're having this conversation, we got to be fair and say that look, the Giants. We just had Memorial Day, man. We're about to step into June, and the Giants are 2 games out of first place, man.
I was going to get to that point, Paulie.
Okay.
Without the bullpen, the Giants are not in second, not where they are in the standings. They're 2 games out of first place. They are not. It's just that bullpen and Randy freaking Rodriguez, dude. My God, dude. Yeah. That guy. We have to just give thanks and praise to Ja. Give thanks and praise to Randy Rodriguez, because his ERA.
I'm all about Ja, dude. I'm all about Ja. I really am. I'm a Ja head, but go ahead. And I ain't talking Morant. I'm talking the real Ja. Yeah. Damn right, Bob.
Everything.
Okay. Randy Rodriguez, 0.79 ERA. Camila Duvall, 1.16 ERA. Yeah. Eric Miller, 1.56 ERA. Tyler Rogers, 1.85. Without those guys, they are not where they are. And they're not getting horrific starting pitching. They're getting decent starting pitching, but it's those guys in the pen. I mean, dude, Birdsong, 3 runs in 4 innings, and then the bullpen, 5 scoreless innings again. I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but there's at least, I want to say there's at least 5 games this season where they've gone 4 or 5 innings of shutout ball after the starter's been yanked in the 4th or 5th. And dude, that bullpen, tip the cap, man. But you can't expect that to maintain.
That's what I worry about. That's what I'm worried about. Come August, come September, like what are they going to have left? Because they're getting taxed pretty heavily right now. But you're right, Tony. They've been answering the bell day in, day out, and they'll do it again today. 340 in Detroit. Giants do lose yesterday, 3-1. But again, like I said, I'm pretty pleased overall with the fact that the Dodgers are this behemoth out here, highest paid organization in the history of sports. It seems like anyway, every single player in their lineup is an all-star. Seems like that to me too. Pitching, hitting, pen, they got everything. And yet the Giants are right on their ass. And that makes me really, really happy. Tony, I saw a really funny message from our guy, John Joseph. What up, JJ? Hope you had a great weekend. He goes, ready for this? First threat of violence I've ever seen on the comments line. He goes, if I don't get those Metallica tickets, I'll cut a fool. I'll cut a fool. All right. That being said, maybe it is John. I don't know. Let me just say this too. I'm going to reveal behind the curtain kind of stuff right now. Tony has handled the winning submission. So I truly don't know who the winner is. It's going to be news to me too. Tony is in charge of that. Now, again, I want to remind everybody when we do this again on Friday, we ask that when you send your correct answer, whatever the question might be. This week, we did some lyrics and I asked you guys to give me the song. The lyrics were, we chew and spit you out. We laugh, you scream and shout. All glee with fear you run. You'll know just where we come from. We got a ton of submissions. But again, please, 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 I need your real name, your address, your email address, and your phone number, because we're passing the winning information along to the Metallica office. They will then have your tickets at will call the day of the show on June 22nd. So in order for them, you got to claim your tickets by showing your ID with all that information I just mentioned. So, Tony, without further ado, the song that I asked for, I quoted, was Damage Incorporated. That's the correct answer. That's the last track on Master of Puppets, probably my favorite Metallica album. And Damage Incorporated is just one of those breakneck songs. I don't even know how in God's name they play this thing. They're tight as a drum. It's going a million miles an hour. So you went through the submissions. I guess we're going to take the first correct submission. So who was the first to come in and get that correct?
That's my drum roll, Paulie.
How about an explosion? How about an explosion? And then you announce the winner.
Yeah, here we go. We got the explosion. Our first Metallica winner is Mr. Black Sabbath himself, Aaron Kask.
Okay, Aaron Kask. Hey, congratulations, man.
Aaron Kask, I will be in touch with you via email to get further information. You gave us most of your information. We still need some of your information. But for those who did not win these tickets, don't be alarmed. We were still giving away 4 more pairs starting this Friday. So you still have a chance to win. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. And as Jim Valvano said, don't give in. Don't ever give in. All right.
Hey, Mr. Black Sabbath himself, Aaron Kask, I'm glad you won those tickets. You enjoy the show, man. And he goes, hey, I'm glad those guys didn't pick something off Saint Anger. Hey, believe me, you're not going to hear any Saint Anger submissions on this show. The production on that album sounds like Lars is playing on an empty tin can. I mean, the drum sound is horrendous. It's almost unlistenable. I don't listen to that record because I hate the way it sounds. Right. But anyway, congratulations, Aaron Kask. I will see you June 22nd at Levi Stadium. John Joseph, don't cut anybody yet. Because don't cut anybody up yet, because we're gonna do another ticket giveaway on Friday, and maybe that'll be your day, John Joseph. Just keep your ears open and listen for your chance to win. T, what do you got?
Dude, John Joseph on fire. He says, Aaron, you better watch out. And also, hey, I got to give Scarlet Fire some love. And Dom Peralta, you made me laugh. Dom just said, Giants baseball, fun.
Yeah, well, not quite. And by the way, if I haven't made this clear, this is a pair of tickets we're talking about. It's not just one ticket. So, Aaron Kask, you bring the a guest of your choice. Maybe John Joseph. I mean, we'll see how it shakes down. But again, we're going to give it another run on Friday, as we do have 4 more pair to give away. So we'll check that box on Friday. All right, Creative Tony, back end of the show, top 3 or bookmarks. It's up to you.
Stand by. Hold on. I got some business to get to. Los D, you were on the money. Los D, I'm going to act out something for Los D because he says, hey, Pat Burrell is going to be asking Adamas something. Hey, Pat. Pat, I'm Pat Burrell. Hey, Willie Adamas, why are you struggling so bad?
I don't know.
And then Spicoli, I don't know. Thank you, Low Steve.
Hey, Lamont Wade, will you ever get your batting average above 200? Hey, question for Patrick Bailey, Polymac Particle Show. Question. I'm in the media now. I'm asking Patrick Bailey, will you hit the ball into the gap anytime between now and August 1st?
Hey, Matt,
Patrick Bailey hit a home run the other day. I mean, he finally hit a bomb. You know,
sure.
I'll give him that. I don't know.
Sure. Hey, Matt Chapman, are you going to get above 220? Dude,
no.
Dude, by the way, let me read this to you too, Polly, but really quickly. And by the way, Scarlet Fire, she has a great call. Maybe Adames needs to switch up the uniform. Maybe he needs to go the high socks or the low socks or mix it up somehow, some way. Maybe he gets rid of the purple glove for a little while. Maybe he gets rid of the purple spikes for a little while. I don't know. And then also, dude, in the last 9 games, Adames, 2 for 32. And he's left 20 runners on base, and he struck out 9 times. That's in the last 9 games. 1K a game, 2 hits in 9 games, and 32 at bats, 20 runners left on. Dude, that can't happen. That can't happen for Willy Adames. That cannot happen, dude. That's unacceptable. So we got to move on from that, Willie. Come on. I don't know. I mean, you know, the other people have mentioned unmentionable ways in the chat and previous shows about how Willy Adames could get back on track. We're not going to talk about that.
Nah.
People out there know what I'm talking about.
That's right, Tony. That's right.
That's right, Paulie. But I just feel like they already moved him down in the lineup. I think he's 5th or 6th now. Do you move him down? Do you move him down to 8th? Like, what do you do?
No, it's a great. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have the answer. Great question though. And Sanchi coming in. You know what? Hey, Giants, why didn't you knock on Goldschmidt's door during last offseason? Bro, I'm watching Goldschmidt. He's like born again as a Yankee. He's loving life in the Bronx, and I feel you on that, Sanchi. I would have loved to have had Goldschmidt. That's exactly the kind of guy I'm talking about. Goldschmidt, Alonso. I mean, these are guys who have proven track records of hitting with power. And that's something the Giants desperately need right now because, like Tony said, even Chapman right now has been kind of quiet. So it's got to come from somewhere, and I don't know where it's going to come from because we just gave you 4 guys that are kind of a black hole right now in that Giant lineup. Yeah.
No question, Paulie. And I feel like I don't know, the offense, you can't rely on the bullpen for as long as they're gonna, as long as they've been relying on it. And I think it was Dub City who said it in the chat. I totally agree. The Dodgers are gonna go on a crazy tear of a run at some point, you know, sometime this summer. And will the Giants be able to, you know, hang loose, blood? Right? Will the Giants be able to stick around and maintain while the Dodgers go crazy? While
that's
Padres
the question. That's
right?
You're right. No question. The Padres are going to be coming at some point. You're right about that. And is this sustainable? Will this last? Will this stand in August? Will this stand in September? I mean, I certainly hope so. But the bats are going to have to wake up. Tony, I want to book.
Sorry. With 2 things.
Utah. Give me 2.
First of all, Paulie, is this love that I'm feeling? When you said you mentioned something about is this, which made me think of is this love? And then also, Paulie.
Well, shout out to Van Halen. So this is love. Go ahead. Fair warning. Great track. Go ahead.
Yes. Good call.
So this is love. Yeah.
John Joseph's threats towards Aaron Kask make his comedic threats to Aaron Kask.
No, it's all love in the PMP community. But what did he say?
No, it makes me think of Peter Tosh and the Stepping Razor. Could you imagine John Joseph with this as Peter Tosh in the Stepping Razor? The song, if you those of you who know the Peter Tosh song Stepping Razor, John Joseph, go give it a listen.
Stepping razor, don't you watch my size? I'm dangerous. Oh, dangerous. You're gonna eat lead soup. Dude, you're gonna eat lead soup. Okay? He's making threats. Tosh, you're gonna eat lead soup. Yeah.
If you wanna live,
that's all.
You better treat me good.
That's it. If you want to live. If you don't want to live, go ahead and try me. That's what he's saying. If you don't want to live, go ahead and try me out sometime. Shout out to Peter Tosh, a true gangster, like a true freaking gangster. And rest in peace, too. They gunned his ass down, dude. There were assassinations attempts. It was nuts. Tony, I know that's the thing people don't really understand about the whole reggae thing. There is a very violent other side of that coin where there's peace and love and John and Token Herb and stuff like that. But then you got guys walking around with machetes, just hacking each other up. I mean, it's no joke. So, Tony, again, for the 3rd time, bookmarks or top 3, you make the choice.
I think we should do bookmarks. That's
Okay.
that's what I feel. So,
Okay.
and then we can do top 3 tomorrow night, and we celebrate Rags. I think Rags' birthday is tomorrow night.
You're damn right. It's Rags' birthday. He comes off the wagon after being dry for 6 months, and all bets are off. Lock your houses tomorrow if you're in the North Jersey area. Hey, Dub City is a super real quick. Today's dude. Here we go. Do you know this obscure band? Throw them up there, T, because I do. I have an answer for this guy. Do you know the Flamin' Groovies? I've seen them, Dub City. I've seen the freaking Flamin' Groovies. I saw them open for the Cramps at the it was at the Warfield. It was Halloween of I don't remember the year, but yes, I saw them open up for the Cramps, and they were really good. Thank you, Dub City, very much for checking in, and thank you for being a VIP. It's a PMP VIP onslaught today, T. So go ahead, your bookmarks, let them go.
It's time.
Sure, go ahead, laugh if you want to.
For bookmarks.
Maybe that's how you get your kicks. You and your good time buddies.
PMP style.
Well, I got a flash for you, Joy Boy. Party time is over.
Ooh, nice. I like the disco ball. Yeah,
that is all Dom Peralta, man. And I'm going to give the let's go. All right.
Too long, dude, since I've heard the rave mix.
It's really good, man. And thank you, Don Peralta, for the Joy Boy up in the club, Joy Boy. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then
yeah.
Here we go. Actually, you know what? Stand by, Paulie.
What do you got, Big T?
I'm gonna load up.
Ooh,
yeah. Here we go. Let's go to. Oh, here we go. I think did you put this in here, Paulie?
I did. This is Jimmy. This is how Jimmy Butler is spending his off season. Don't look like he's watching the OKC game either. Blow this up a little bit. They're doing card tricks. Watch Butler. He loses his S. Watch this.
Here, let's start it over.
Watch this.
Inside the deck.
I don't know if you got, look at this. It's a madhouse around him. Shout out to the guy in the lime green blazer, by the way. I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, Jimmy Butler on vacation was the subject of this card trick. I don't know if you can see it at the very end, but the guy had like a fake snake in the deck of cards. And when the snake pops out, Jimmy goes flying off his chair. So we know Jimmy Butler is officially afraid of snakes, if you can catch that.
Dude, I kind of like the fact that he's checked out of the NBA playoffs and is just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna go hang out, right? That's fine with it. Like, go, Jimmy. Go live your life and get ready for next season. Is he a Warrior next season? Does he get traded? Who knows, man? That's going to be a very.
I say yes. I say he is a Warrior next year, and you can see the guy holding the fake snake right there.
Yes,
right there. Yeah.
I hope so too, dude. I hope so too. Here we go. Let's go. Let's get into
this. Is that flop I was telling you about here? This is why I don't like watching SGA. This kind of shit.
Where's the slow mo of this?
And Edwards got called a foul. Look at this.
That's a foul. That's a foul
on Edwards. In today's NBA, that's a foul on Edwards.
What is Edwards supposed to do here? Can you tell me?
No, he didn't do anything. It's not his fault. You know, you keep talking about the refs should review these flops. You know what I think it should do? They should assess a delay of game. When somebody does some bullshit like this, it's like, you know what, dude? You're holding up the game. That's a foul. That's a foul. I'm going to give you a delay of game call. That's how I would kind of reel this whole thing in. Because if he knew he only had a couple of those to give per game, you'd have a much better brand of ball being played. That is obnoxious, dude. Look at that.
And also, they need to do something about when the player who initiates the contact, right? Because look at this. SGA initiates the contact here. It's not Edwards. Edwards is just running down the court with him. It's not Edwards. Look at SGA starts the contact.
And then goes flying.
Right arm.
Yep.
I mean, and look at that right arm.
And he pushes off too. Yeah.
Right. It's again, it's an embarrassment. And then so Paulie, on that same note, let's get out of this as we continue with a quick. We're gonna end with the tour, okay? But here's your guy Brunson. Let's pause this. And I'm not trying to get bad vibes.
No, let's go. No, totally.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Watch Brunson. Okay, after the pass, watch this. Oh, I got shot. Oh,
No, hate it.
it's like, come on, man. What? Like, come on.
And he's too tough to be doing this shit. Like Brunson's to me, Brunson is like a true tough guy because he takes on guys like that are literally twice his size. Hey, Brunson, you don't need to do this, man. You're too good to be doing this shit. It's a bad Brunson. I don't care if it's SGA. I just don't like it. It's not basketball.
Dude, the only thing I can give Brunson a tiny bit of leverage on is that he has that Halliburton is stepping on his foot here. That's the only thing. Okay, you see that? You see
I
how
do.
Brunson,
I do.
So the only thing, but the head tilt and the whole flailing of the arms.
No, it's push. It's push.
Right. It's ruining the game, man. And so we're just showing you guys that we're not just it's not just SGA. It's more than SGA. That's the problem here. Right?
Aaron Kask, I agree with Aaron Kask with a very well laid out statement here. It does. It hurts the integrity of the game, and it makes it far less enjoyable. How do you feel about my new? I'll get Adam Silver on the phone right after the show, and I'm going to say, "Yo, Silv, check it out. Here's what I'm offering. Anytime a player blatantly flops with no contact initiated, how do you feel about me assessing a delay of game penalty? How about that?
Yeah, that's great. I'd love that. Like soccer should do something too. I mean, because there's a huge flopping problem. Whoa, hi Danny Ogden.
Hey, Danny Ogden, what's up, kid? How you doing, bro? What's you doing up there?
I don't know. There's a huge flopping, that's funny. Huge flopping problem in soccer too. But now we're going to finish bookmarks with Nicky Totoro here. But
by the way, shout out to his oversized glasses too. Those things are huge. I don't even remember. I think I put this in here, and I don't remember. This might be a calm take. I don't remember. This is going to be news to me too. I think I did this like 2 a.m. on Saturday. Let's see this.
All right, nice. 2 a.m. on Saturday. That's
Look
awesome.
at the face though. Already with the face and the cross over his head, I'm already interested. Yeah.
He doesn't look happy.
No, he's never happy, dude. Even when they win the World Series, he's not happy.
There we go.
Yeah.
You know, I sit here day after day, watch the Yankee games over and over faithfully for years. Not that I know it all, but I know enough. I know what I know. Why is Volpe batting 5th? All right? The dude constantly comes up with men on base, 1st and 2nd, bases loaded, second and 3rd. He cannot bat 5th on this team. You bat him 7th, 8th, 9th, whatever. Get him out of the 5th spot. I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean, you keep batting him 5th like he's some kind of RBI machine. So it's just frustrating. It's frustrating to watch. Please, if you're listening, get him out of the 5th spot.
Dude,
that's a good point. Look at the face, dude. Look at the face.
I'm gonna leave it there. Paulie, doesn't he just he's like gotten to the point where he's just tired. He's just tired.
He's exhausted. Dude, he's exhausted from Yankee baseball. Just totally exhausted. And we're not even halfway through the season. That's the beautiful thing. And I got to be totally honest, full transparency, Tony. The reason I put Nicky T in there is because I was just jonesing for a hit. I just needed some. It's been too long. So I was like, you know what? Here's a Nicky thing. I'm sticking it in bookmarks. And thank you for sharing that today, T.
You know what? Time out. You know what? Hey, Totoro, I'll trade you Volpe for Adames right now. I'll trade you right now. They both play shortstop. Let's make a trade. Let's swap right now because Volpe's batting 244. He's got 31 RBIs. He's got 6 home runs. He's got 16 doubles. I will trade right now. Let's work a swap right now. Can we just
let me ask you a quick question. Well, you know what would probably happen if they made that swap? As soon as Adames went to New York, he'd be hitting like 280. I guarantee it. And then number 2, does this and I'm not trying to be a wise ass. I'm asking like legitimately. Does the situation we're in now with Adames, does that make you look back on the Brandon Crawford era any differently? Seriously.
No, I mean, because I will always think Crawford's the best shortstop the Giants have ever had and may ever have. But still, his bat is better than Adames right now.
Yeah.
Right? But I never thought of Brandon Crawford as some big offensive threat.
Final question, Tony,
but hold on real quick. I never thought of Crawford as some big offensive threat but they brought Adames in here for offense. They brought him in here to hit a better average than 205. And to put some balls in left field bleachers and to also drive runs in. He has 25 RBIs. He's decent there, but 205, dude. I mean, anyways, it's just frustrating.
No, it is. You got every right to be. I'm frustrated. I think all the Giant fans are frustrated right now. I am too, T. All right, so I got to make my way over to Skoma's in the city, hang out with my guy Don Peralta to celebrate the 60th anniversary of Skoma's. We're doing that today in just a couple of minutes. But before that happens, Tony, some love for Dr. Matt Young, our newest and proudest sponsor. He is a friend of mine for a long time now. I've been going to Dr. Matt Young for over a decade. In fact, Dr. Matt Young, he's so accomplished. He is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. Check out Dr. Young's thousands of positive reviews on Google. I am not exaggerating. Go check it out, man. If you don't want to listen to me run my mouth about Dr. Matt Young, go read some of the unbelievable reviews he's gotten on Google because there are thousands of them. He accepts most major insurances. You shouldn't have any problems there. And if you're looking to do like an overhaul, which some people are, like they just want to like update their smile. They want to make their teeth whiter. Obviously, he can do all that stuff, but he specializes in implant surgery and implant restoration. So if you're faced with like a big kind of procedure like that, trust me, go to Dr. Matt Young, or at least have a conversation. It can't hurt. Have a conversation with Dr. Matt Young first. 490 Post Street, 25 years in the business. Hardcore Giant fan, loves his Niners, loves talking baseball, and that's what's so great about it. Like, he disarms you immediately when you go in. Shout out to Smashing Pumpkins, Disarm, if I could, Tony. Shout out to the Pumpkins. Anyway, he will. What?
You're about to take us into a smashing. Do you know how much I love the Pumpkins? You know how much I love that album. You're trying to bait me into a digression.
No, I'm not. I got to say, Creative Tony has gifted me some Pumpkins along the way. I want to thank you for that. You've gifted me Gish and Siamese Dream on my own now. You weren't involved with that one. I got that one on my own. But you know what I'm still looking for? I'm looking for a good copy, a new copy. I need my own copy of Melancholy. It's just a big thing. It's a big undertaking, bro. You got to like you said about Metallica. Sometimes it overwhelms you. With the Pumpkins and me, sometimes it's like, I got to get out of here. Like, I can't, like, Jelly Belly's coming at me. It's like, wow.
Yes.
Organ, there's Ehaws coming at me. It's like, damn. But if you go to Dr. Matt Young and you were like, hey, you know what? I heard Paulie Mack talking about your Google reviews. I heard Paulie Mack talking about how you disarm people. Would you be willing to find me a Smashing Pumpkins playlist? He can make that happen. That's a guarantee. Give him a call and find out for yourself. 415-392-8611. Also, shoot him an email at info@youngdentalsf.com. He's open all week, including office hours on Saturday. And again, if I hadn't mentioned this, he's been in business over 25 years. His practice is thriving. Get on down there and you will see for yourself why we love him so much, Tony.
Hey, when it comes down to it, too, who doesn't? I actually thoroughly enjoy a good dental cleaning.
Feels great. It does feel great when you walk out. It feels awesome. Yeah.
If you can get a good dental cleaning, listen to some good tunes, have a good rap with Dr. Young and his staff, how do you lose? That's my thing. Is how do you lose? And go get at the very least, go get a good cleaning from Dr. Young and just with a nice bright white smile. My daughter keeps telling me that I need this cleaning because I drink too much coffee and red wine.
My teeth I got here, Ting. Makes no sense too, because I pound coffee all the time. The only reason my teeth are white, aforementioned Dr. Matt Young. He scraped all the gunk off of my teeth for me. Thank you so much for that too. Made my smile look a lot better. I'm serious. He really did. Made my teeth look a lot better, and you can do the same for you.
And dude, a nice white smile. Los Diaz, when we're going to talk about Los in a second, but he's got a nice smile, and he's got some pearly whites. I need some pearly whites. I'm going to go see Dr. Young and get a cleaning because my daughter keeps reminding me. But hey, again, at the very minimum, go see Dr. Young for a cleaning, and you'll feel damn good, and you'll enjoy the experience too. So 415-392-8611, 415-392-8611, or info@youngdentalsf.com.
Hey, final word today goes to Los D, one of our great friends and one of our great partners. He was second on board to sponsor the Paulie Mack Particle Show. Carlos, we value the friendship. We value the partnership. And now we're trying to turn people on. Listen, if you're in a position in life where you, your family, you're single, whatever the situation is, but you're up against it. First of all, I've been there. Okay. More than once I've been there. And sometimes you need a loan. It's just nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes you need a loan just to kind of move the pieces around and get yourself out of the woods and so you can breathe again. Los can help you with that. Los is actually licensed in California, meaning wherever you're watching the show, like our founding father on Roby Tuesday, Humboldt Fats, he's up there in Humboldt County. He could do business with Los. Even if you don't get in the same room with him, he'll get on a Zoom call with you. He'll listen to your circumstances, and then he will go to work for you. He'll take care of DSCR loans. He'll take care of the fix and flips. He can do reverse mortgages. He can do HELOC loans. In fact, he told me HELOC loans right now, great time to do that. If you're thinking about a home equity line of credit, just inquire. Ask Carlos about it. Say, Carlos, tell me about these HELOC loans. Would that work for me? Is this the time? And if it's not the right time, this is maybe the most valuable thing about Carlos. He will not force you or kind of lead you into any kind of dicey proposition. If he thinks the situation or the timing is not right, he'll tell you that. And that right there, you can't really put a price on it. Here's Los right now. I'm going to read from his own mouth. People paying 22% on credit cards right now. Question a 9% HELOC. Crack me up. Lower those payments. Again, the services of Carlos. He's looking out for all of us, man. And he speaks a language that I am not fluent in. So if you've got questions, just talk to him and he'll get you on the road to recovery, T.
Dude, that's the thing too, is I think that Los knows a crap ton more than your average person about all that stuff. Like what he's talking about, paying 22% on a credit card versus 9% on a HELOC. That, like, go give Carlos a call just to get well informed about the rates out there, about how you can take advantage of certain things, about how you can save money and invest money differently. That's because there are a lot of things I don't know. I just don't know. Like,
oh no.
No, seriously. It's like
Oh no.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Hey, Los D.
Oh no.
Help me out.
You
Seriously.
walk into Los D's office, you go, you're Los D. I see the calculator right there. Anyway, go ahead, T.
No, I'm just saying there's a lot of things that you can get educated on through Los D. Give him a call with any questions, especially if you're thinking outside the box or if you've had difficulty elsewhere. Talk to Los. He will get creative with you. 925-250-4894 or email at carlos@myflexnow.com.
Final word from Carlos today. And Carlos, thanks for writing all this information today. That's really cool. While we're doing the spot, he goes, credit card interest, by the way, is not a tax write-off. So don't be duped into thinking that that's some kind of write-off. It's certainly not that at all. All right, Creative Tony, listen, it's great to be back on the mic. Great to be connected again and doing our show. We'll be back tomorrow night for a night flight. I'm going to go ahead and say go Knicks. Hold on one more time. Aaron Cass checking in as our first Metallica winner. I think he's commenting here. So let's end the show with Aaron as he says, can you put that up, Big T? Thank you, buddy.
Oh, dude, right on. Yeah. Go ahead, Paulie.
By the way, Aaron Cask and I bonded by our Black Sabbath shirts. I might just wear this shirt to the Metallica gig. We'll see how it goes. He goes, I'm beyond pumped to represent the PMP Army at the Metallica concert. You are some of the coolest people to talk sports and music with. The show is always a high point for my day. Hey, man, thanks for the kind words. Yeah. We appreciate that very much. And we just appreciate you as a listener, man, and supporting the show. That's what it's all about. We're all kind of supporting each other around here as this thing continues to grow. And Aaron, you're a huge part of it. My pleasure. You enjoy the show. Tony's going to reach out to you and get all your info, and then we'll hand it over to the Metallica office, and your tickets will be at will call June 22nd. Hey, John Joseph, don't be jealous. Don't cut him up or anything like that. Don't attack him in the shade or in the bushes. Don't jump out of the bushes and mug him for his tickets. You'll have another chance to win this Friday. Tony, I think I'm going to do some more lyrics. I think I want to try the same technique again. I might switch it up next week with some trivia, but I think I want to play the lyric game again. Nothing off Saint Anger, I promise. For me, dude, I go the deeper the better. You know what I mean? So just so long as you don't ask me to quote any lyrics from the song Orion. That's a Metallica joke between me and my Metallica people. That's an instrumental. There are no lyrics. All right, Creative Tony, I love you, buddy. Get Professor David Lee in here to dismiss the class if you could.
1 second, Paul. I just want to remind people that if you want to be a PMP VIP, it's on the right-hand corner next to the subscribe bell. Join us. We'd love to get the more the merrier in that venture. And also like and subscribe and smash the like icon on our YouTube channel at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Also, if you want the audio versions only, you can find us at Polymax Particles on Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts. And then we have the playlist. Paulie, give them the playlist again because I checked that out over the weekend. Give it to me again.
Yeah, it's a PMP 25 playlist. And Creative Tony's doing the Lord's work out here. Now, I built that playlist on Spotify, which is just sitting there waiting for you. And I always like to say this too. If you go to Spotify, you can't find it. Enter my username on a search, Paulie Picks, boom, you'll find it that way. Creative Tony has been good enough to recreate this playlist, and you're posting up where? Apple Music?
I'm in the process of. So once it's done, I'll confirm. But I'm basically taking all the songs that are in that playlist because I have Apple Music, and I'm gonna make a playlist on Apple Music as well under the same title with all the same songs. So those who don't have Spotify but have Apple Music can also enjoy the playlist, such as myself. And Paulie, speaking of music, because everybody had a wonderful weekend, these are a quick hit from Sons of Johnny LeMaster on the way out because we love Sons of Johnny so much. This is Sons of Johnny LeMaster was at AC/DC at Soldier Field, and he sent us this on email, pauliespod@gmail.com. Send us anything. Send us videos, pictures. We appreciate the love. Here's AC/DC at Soldier Field. Stand by.
Yeah. You got it.
And then there's one more.
Great track. That's, I think, the opening song.
There you go.
Dude, thank you. That's just getting me in the mood for more Angus. By the way, Phil Rudd, one of the great groove drummers of all time. The guy who played drums on all the classic AC/DC records, Phil Rudd, I liken him to Stan Lynch, who used to play with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Not flashy at all, but they laid down such a solid groove, dude. Yeah. So Phil Rudd, my caps off to you. I don't think he's on this tour, Phil Rudd, but the grooves have already been laid down. All you got to do is kind of sit in the chair and hold it down. So Angus and onward and upward, sons. Thanks for the footage. Anytime you're out there seeing shows, send it in. We'll always be happy to post it up and show the rest of us because I couldn't make it to Soldier Field, but that looked pretty damn good. All right, Creative Tony, David Lee awaits.
Class dismissed.
Hell yes, my man. Hell yes. And Creative Tony, very good to see you. Ice up that shin. By the way, you had the program tonight. Don't try to go in the cup.
Hold on, one more time, Paulie. Sorry, I missed you. You cut out for a second.
You going to Bill Graham Civic tonight?
No, not Bill Graham Civic. I'm going to the Masonic and see Goose. So I'll be seeing Goose tonight at the Masonic.
Even better. Even better. I love the freaking Masonic, bro. The Masonic to me is such a gem in the city, right up there on top of the hill. I've seen the Pretenders in there a bunch of times. We saw the Pumpkins in there. Remember we saw Billy Corgan in there one time.
Yes, we did. That was my one and only, seriously, my one and only ever experience with a vape pen was at that show.
Yeah.
And I was like, remember that? I'm like, I'm going to give this a try just to see what all the fuss is about. And I hated it. Hated it.
No, I'm not. Yeah. It was a one and done. You know what I mean?
I was like, Paulie, can you give me the real thing? And thank God you had the real thing in your pocket because I was like, I'm going to try this. And it was,
I've been known to have the real thing. Speaking of the real thing, Dom, I'll see you in a few minutes, my man. All right, you guys. Hey, have a great time at Goose. By the way, little Masonic knowledge for you, T. Much like the Warfield, if you don't like where you are in the Masonic, here's what you do. Get all the way up, go up to the balcony. That last row, it's just this open freaking dance floor up there, bro. There's a ton of space. And it's like the greatest seat in the whole house. It's a small room. So even if you're all the way up, everything still rules. Have a great time, Tony. Say what's up to my guy. Say what's up to my guy, Rick Motataramba, whatever the hell his name is, with his hollow body guitar. Have a good time with Goose. And I hope they do that cover of Whip It that they used to play by Devo, because that thing kicked ass. Yeah.
They do fun covers. They definitely do fun covers, man. And it's so funny you say that about the seats, Paulie, because I went online and I bought tickets like second to last row, and
that's all the way up. Get me all the way up. And by the way, Tony, how do you really pronounce his name? I don't want to disrespect him. He's a good guitar player.
I think it's Mita Rotunda. I think.
I'm sticking with Motataramba for the meantime until I get clarification. Tony, have a great gig. Dom, I'll see you at Stones in a couple of minutes. The rest of the PMP community, check this out. Mwah! Big kiss for all of y'all. I freaking love you guys. Go Knicks. Go Stevie B. Go Escobar III. Rags. Pib Ford. Welcome aboard, my man. Miguel Salas. John Joseph. Don't cut anybody. Be cool. Don't hurt anybody today. More Metallica tickets coming. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night on the Night Flight. Peace, y'all.
Peace, y'all. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m.